Spring has been a very interesting season for anime due to the sheer amount of underrated animes we got. We got animes adapted from mangas that aren't super popular but went on to become such a joy to watch. The spring anime season could become the most underrated season this year because most people skipped it completely or only watched stuff like Demon Slayer thinking the rest of it was filler. But of course, like every season, this season also has its own set of shitty animes. But one surprising detail I noticed is that there's barely an isekai anime this season, which I found really odd. But don't worry, Mushoku Tensei is coming to give us that fix. The following list is going to be in order from it's good, consider watching, to you must watch it no matter what. So I've got 7 animes that I think are fit for this list, so let's begin. So let's start off with Insomniacs After School. Insomniacs After School is an anime about insomnia, a condition where the person just can't properly sleep due to anxiety or stress. Now while insomnia does play a role in this anime, it's primarily a romance anime which shows the relationship of Ganta and Isaki, who are 2 high school students with insomnia. Ganta and Isaki bond and understand each other thanks to their common problems of sleep deprivation. The anime does a lot of things right with the characterization of 2 primary characters and how insomnia affects their life in a positive and negative ways. Insomnia here is used as a tool that helped them bond, because both of them started hanging out around night because they can't sleep anymore, and that made their relationships better. This anime also shows photography in a pretty detailed manner, and overall it's a pretty good anime that you can check out if you're a fan of slice of life or romance. The next one I want to talk about is Mashle. If you always wanted to watch Harry Potter but you're such a big weeb that you won't watch anything other than anime, or if you just want to watch a fun comedy anime, then Mashle is the answer for both. Mashle is a fantasy anime that takes a lot of inspiration from Harry Potter and turns it up to the max. The universe of Mashle is heavily based around magic, and almost every person can use magic to at least some extent, so anyone who can't use magic is extremely fucked, because the whole government is racist towards non-magic users. Our protagonist Mash is one of those people who can't use magic and got fucked over by this rule, but Mash is given a chance to live a normal life, and all he has to do is make a small deal, and that is to become the best magician in the biggest magic school of this country, which is pretty much like asking a history student to top the CS class in Harvard. But even without magic, Mash is gifted with incredible strength, which helps him get through these hurdles. Mashle is a shonen anime with something happening almost all the time, so if you need those jingling keys, this is a great fit for that. The fights are great and the comedy is not half bad either, other than the overused cream puffs joke which can get a bit annoying sometimes. Mashle is a very fun anime to watch and I had a really great time watching it. The thing about Mashle is there isn't anything insane to think about while watching it, so you can just turn your brain off and enjoy some dumb fun. Now going to our number 5, it's Yamada-kun at level 999. It's an anime that's supposed to be relatable to a lot of gamers out there because this is a shoujo romance anime about a gamer guy who gets a gamer girl as his girlfriend. But unlike you, Yamada is hot, so yeah, I'm sorry to say that this is not going to be relatable for you. But jokes aside, Yamada-kun is a very good slice of life romance anime about a guy who plays video games professionally and a girl who meets him through an online MMO. Yamada is a good looking quiet chick magnet, while Akane, the girl this anime is primarily focused around, is a cute and klutzy, freshly dumped college girl. Watching this anime was interesting because I don't watch a lot of these shoujo animes, but I have recently started exploring more and more, and this anime seems to cover a wide range of shoujo stuff like breakup, jealousy, first love, online friendship, so it's pretty good to see all these topics coming together in a single show, and I must say, I enjoyed it a lot. Plot-wise, this anime doesn't do anything mind-blowing, and mostly sticks to the tried and true formulas, but while doing that, they still added on to it by adding a bit of variety and more topics to discuss about. End of the day, this is a romance anime and it's a pretty good one at that. Yamada-kun is not an anime that does anything particularly amazing, but overall as a package, it was still a very fulfilling one. On our number 4th spot, we got Jigokuraku, or Hell's Paradise. The easiest way to explain Jigokuraku would be to say Mappa's Demon Slayer, and the reason I'm saying it is because it's also an anime in the demon killing genre of animes that are very popular. While I'm saying this, it does not mean Jigokuraku is Mappa's best work in any way, because production on Jigokuraku could have been better when you look at other Mappa projects, but I understand Jigokuraku isn't really their priority, but don't get me wrong, Jigokuraku still looks really good. The plot of this anime is simple yet complex at the same time, because you can say it's a monster killing anime anime where the people kill monsters, but actually there's pretty good story around it. The protagonist of the show, Gabimaru, is an extremely talented shinobi who got captured and sentenced to execution, but Gabimaru just won't die no matter what. So he and his handler Sagiri and other convicts are sent to an island to find an immortality seed. Sagiri is the second protagonist of the show, and she is just as important as Gabimaru. She's the one who was supposed to execute Gabimaru but failed time and time again because he just would not die. Sagiri, unlike most handlers, never saw Gabimaru as just a criminal, and their friendship developing throughout the show was great to watch. The island where they are sent is also not a normal one obviously, and it's filled with weird monsters and immortal beings who they need to defeat to get the immortal seed. The show is definitely great, and I enjoyed the fights and the story, and I don't think any anime fan would really not enjoy this show. From here on onwards, it's my personal top 3 of the season. These animes are the ones that I think are a must watch according to me, so let's start off with Skip and Loafer. Skip and Loafer is my favorite slice of life anime from the season, and it's because of the simple, no bullshit approach to good characterization and cool premise that flows with the overall theme of what the show was trying to tell us. Skip and Loafer is not an anime you should be watching if you need Subway Surfers gameplay on the screen all the time, but if you have patience and enjoy watching shows where the progression is extremely gradual, and you want to see characters slowly changing according to their interactions with other people and their environment, then Skip and Loafer does all that very well. Skip and Loafer tells a simple story of Mitsumi, a normal girl transferred from Japanese countryside to Tokyo for high school. The show shows the struggles and experiences of Mitsumi while living her high school life in Tokyo. Mitsumi being dropped into an environment where something is going on all the time, and her trying to adapt and find friends and new people to make memories with is a really fulfilling experience. Mitsumi makes many new friends from her new life in Tokyo, but Shima is the one who really helped and shaped Mitsumi into this new environment and is another major character in the show. Shima is a kind and chill guy who's down to help Mitsumi go through the hardships, and he's always there to cheer her up. Skip and Loafer is a great rom-com anime that any slice of life fan will enjoy, and I'm all ready for season 2. On the number 2, we got Oshi no Ko. I don't think I need to talk about Oshi no Ko with the amount of popularity it has at the moment. Everyone on Twitter can't stop talking about this show for a minute, and it's for good reason. Oshi no Ko dropped one of the greatest first episodes for an anime, an episode that can be seen as a standalone movie because it sets up characters and tells the whole story in its 1.5 runtime. This anime starts off with the story of an idol named Ai Hoshino. Ai's life has always been very public, so she always had to keep an image on the outside that she's a flawless, perfect human being who loves what she does. But Ai always wanted to have kids and raise kids, so at a young age, Ai decides to get pregnant with an unknown person who she refuses to disclose to anyone. Ai then raises 2 kids named Aqua and Ruby, who are actually reincarnations of 2 of Ai's biggest fans. The story is fun, emotional, and later turns into a mystery to find this unknown father of theirs. The story has many elements including isekai, but it's not handled in a bad way, so I'm good with it. If I talk more about Oshi no Ko, that would get into the spoiler territory, and all I gotta say is, if you haven't watched it, now it's the right time to do so, because if you watch the first episode and you're still hooked, you got 11 more episodes to look forward to, which are all good. I still don't think most of the other episodes ever reach the heights of the first one, but it's still a really good watch overall. And finally, let's talk about my favorite anime of the season, Tengoku Daimakyo. Tengoku Daimakyo, or Heavenly Delusions, is an anime that hooked me right from the start thanks to its gritty environment and unique storytelling. Every week, I was excited to see what was going to unfold in this extremely unique world. Tengoku Daimakyo is set in a post-apocalyptic world where everything is pretty fucked up. The world is overrun by bandits and weird-looking monsters that can kill you instantly, but civilization still exists even though in a small scale here and there. The 2 main protagonists, Kiruko and Maru, goes on a journey to find heaven, but they don't exactly explain what heaven is or where this heaven is. So a lot of this anime is shrouded in mystery, and that's the fun part of it. But Kiruko and Maru aren't the only people we are following in the story. On the other side, we also get to see the story of Tokyo. Tokyo's story is even weirder than the others because their story takes place in an enclosed space where the only interaction they have is a bunch of other kids and a couple of other adults. Tokyo's life looks like some sort of evil scientific experiment, but just like the heaven, it's also shrouded in mystery. So a lot of this anime is trying to find out what's happening in this world or what happened before the catastrophe. Tengoku Daimakyo is a story of friendship, trust, secrets, and a lot more. It instantly became my favorite anime of the season due to the sheer amount of variety it offers, be that in world building or character development, because this is such a unique experience when you compare it to most other animes out there. It reminds me of games like The Last of Us and Fallout due to its survival aspect, and overall, Tengoku Daimakyo has everything going for it, and in my opinion, it's a must-watch anime this season. And that wraps up my list of the best animes to watch this season, or should I say last season. There were a lot of good animes, and there are also some animes that I did not finish watching completely, so I might make some videos on that even after this video drops. And of course, as always, don't take this list super seriously. Yeah. Before ending this video, for people who cares, till now, what I've done is make tier list about all the animes that aired during that specific season, but I don't think it's really necessary or useful to really go through all the shitty animes just to tell you to not watch it. So I decided why not make videos only about the animes that are worth watching from the season. Now I'm still experimenting with this format, so we'll see what works and go with that in the future. Also, I forgot to say it in the last video, but we hit 3,000 subscribers, which is kind of insane to think about. Thanks to everyone who has supported this channel. I love making these videos for you guys because whenever any of you drop a nice comment, that's enough to make my day. The support on this channel has been actually so cool to see, so I'm thanking you all again, and I'll be here making even more amazing videos for you guys. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.